Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your November the 5th spiritual principle day in a meditation for you. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. I hope you're doing well today. The title of the meditation for today, Caring and Listening. Even with many years clean, separating and reconciling what's in our heart and what's in our head doesn't come automatically. We need another set of eyes. We need a caring, attentive listener to help us sort things out. That comes from the Living Clean book, chapter 5, Romantic Relationships. Our relationships with other addicts in NA can teach us a lot about how to practice care in the way we relate to the people in our lives. Most of us have distorted ideas about exercising love, kindness, or concern for others when we get here. No matter what habits or hangups we come in with, recovery improves our ability to give and receive care. Having a sponsor teaches us about letting others care for us. When we find a sponsor who's right for us, we soon get the chance to experience the genuineness and generosity described in the quotation above. Sponsors are often able to balance compassion with honesty as they help us to reconcile what's in our heart with, what's in our head with what's in our heart. We get to know what it feels like not to be in control of how another person demonstrates their care for us, which can be surprisingly freeing. Accepting help others offer, each in their own way, is a practice we can bring to all of our relationships. Similarly, showing our concern for newcomers or sponsees teaches us to practice care as a spiritual principle. Deep down, we know we truly want others to feel the hope and experience the freedom we received in NA. Our care for newer members helps us listen deeply and then share our relevant experience. We learn to do our part and leave the results to a power greater than ourselves. Instead of filling every conversation break with our opinions, we practice our skills as caring, attentive listeners. These lessons profoundly enhance our ability to develop and sustain loving relationships. We allow people to be there for us, and we're there right back. Giving and receiving care is a skill I can constantly improve upon. I will practice being a caring and attentive listener in my relationships. Well, that was a mouthful. Let's go ahead and take a moment of silence, followed by the We version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. What a powerful meditation, caring and listening. It's basically talking about using our interaction within the fellowship, right? Within NA, beginning with, our sponsor, just people at the meetings, maybe, our first encounter of having other people pour into us and give us suggestions actually comes from just being in the meetings, right? Probably 9 times out of 10, that's the case. And we listen and we learn. And depending on what they're sharing, we take what we can and we leave the rest. And then we get a sponsor and we learn that our sponsor has standards or rules about how to engage them as a sponsor. For instance, I'll sponsor you if you call me every day for the next 30 days. If you miss a day, your 30 days starts over, right? I'll sponsor you once you get 90 days, right? You get 90 days clean, I'll agree to be your sponsor. I'll sponsor you. Do not call me after 7 o'clock at night. Do not call me after 7 p.m. Do not call me after 9 p.m. And do not call me before 8 in the morning, right? Or I'll sponsor you, but I need for you to call 3 other people besides me every day. So they have these, little standards or whatever you want to call them that you need to do. And we begin to understand, oh, this individual wants to help me. They're agreeing to help me, but there's a standard, a way in which they are able to help me. And they seem quite serious about it. They'll help me, but only doing it this way. What are you going to do about that? I mean, what control do I have over how my sponsor tells me to engage her? I have absolutely no control over that. And because I'm interested in what she has to offer, I agree to it. Now, do I agree all the time without a little bit of resentment? Like, who does she think she is? Oh my goodness. Right? But there's something in her that I want to develop as well. Right? For me, it was the educational piece, the seriousness about her relationship, about, her husband, the serious relationship she had with her mother, the willingness to travel and be a part of her life while she was living. There were many things that had to do with integrity, not even necessarily the nitty gritty of doing service work, even though she pretty much made a meeting every day, right? So there's something that she has that I still want. And so I agreed. I agreed. I mean, honestly, it wasn't that much to agree to. She's kind of laid back, just like me, right? What would I be able to do about her standard? What would I be able to do about how she chooses to serve Narcotics Anonymous and to be of service to sponsees? Either I take it or I leave it. And I began to learn that through these relationships that I was developing, that wasn't how I was engaging people in my own home, my husband, and I wasn't engaging this in the manner of separate but together, right? The common good of my household, right? I wasn't conducting my household like it was a business meeting. Everyone has an opportunity to say what they needed to say. No, I would call a family meeting and tell everybody off and under no uncertain terms will you do this anymore, right? It wasn't a collective point of view or a sharing opportunity. And I began to learn, oh, my mother was right. You should have a family meeting once a week. You should sit down and have dinner together. You should talk. You should be quiet while others are talking. My opinion is just like everyone else's. Everyone has one. It's okay to shut your mouth, MightyStream, and just listen. And if they ask, well, you're awfully quiet. What do you think about that? To give them some positive feedback. Not necessarily always agreeing, but not always criticizing either. Yeah, so this is a beautiful meditation. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you'll think about it, how you can translate your relationships in the fellowship and how you engage with us into your everyday life, into your relationships. Some of you have mates that are so sick and tired of you running your mouth that they're not even engaged anymore. They're so used to you offloading on them about every single thing that happens in your life that they no longer even share with you what's on in their lives. They're trying to figure out how to get away from you because they're so tired of the constant outpouring of negativity. And they don't even tell you anything about what's going on with them. They assume that you're no longer interested and they've already left the relationship. But you know what? It's not too late to change. It's not too late to say, you know what? At the dinner table tonight, instead of me doing all the talking, I'm going to sit here and eat quietly and just say, okay, that sounds interesting. Tell me how your day was. Try it. See if it might work for you. We learn in the fellowship and then we use it in our everyday relationships. Yes, so my name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. If you're still with me, I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose.